Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today we are looking at the 1998 release by Hasbro from their Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace series of 12-inch action figures. Well, what we're looking at today is of the Pit Droids, which are in scale with the 12-inch action figures, and it is a set of two, and it's as seen in the Star Wars Phantom Menace. Now, the Phantom Menace was the first film in the second trilogy, which was the set. It was set 30 odd years before the original Star Wars, and it was really the beginning of the Skywalker saga, where they find Anakin Skywalker, a young slave boy who ends up being none other than Darth Vader. Okay, so this is, incidentally, I just wanted to point out that the budget for the Phantom Menace was £115 million, and at the box office the movie took £1.046 billion. So that's how popular the Star Wars Episode 1 movie was. Obviously, it had been a number of years since Return of the Jedi had hit the screens, so I think it was not far short of 20 years from the time the Return of the Jedi was released to the time of the Phantom Menace. Anyway, I've digressed. Let's have a look at what we're looking at today. So this is the box in front of us, and it says fully poseable Star Wars Episode 1 Pit Droids, ages 4 and up, and it's 12-inch scale figures, and it's assortment number 26227, and this set is number 26228. And you've got the Hasbro logo at the bottom there, and of course you've got that unmistakable image of Darth Maul's face on the left hand side. Okay, that's the front of the box. Let's just turn the box around to the back and have a look at what we got printed on the reverse. Okay, so I've turned the box around and this is what we got on the back. And again, you've got Star Wars Episode 1 at the top on the left hand corner there, in that wonderful image of Darth Maul's face. And it says, a generation before Star Wars A New Hope, in a galaxy far, far away, an evil force is gaining strength and threatens an entire civilization. 2 courageous Jedi, a young queen, a Gungan outcast, and a slave boy named Anakin band together to save a planet under attack, as the fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance. The adventure continues with this exciting introduction of exclusive figures from Star Wars Episode 1, authentically styled with incredible detail. Each figure recreates all the excitement of the movies. Collect them all. So the Pit Droids, which is what this one is, there's Anakin Skywalker, which we have already done a video on, and you've got R2A6 on this one. And it says, visit the official Star Wars website, starwars.com, become a Jedi Master, see details on the Hasbro website, and you've got the Hasbro details there. In the interest of better quality and value, we are constantly improving and updating our products. Consequently, pictures on the package may sometimes differ from the model enclosed. Okay, and you've got Hasbro logo, copyright information, 1998 Hasbro Inc. All rights reserved, Lucasfilm Limited. You've got how to join the official Star Wars fan club. You've got Hasbro 20 Jedi Master Points and a proof of purchase, which is the barcode with the Pit Droids. Incidentally, back when these came out, there was a kind of like a redemption. So if you collected the Jedi Master Points, you could send away and get a free toy. I can't remember what the details of the free toys were, but the more points you collect, the better the toy. A bit like the old Action Man star cards from the 1970s. The bottom has got made in China, and some poses require hand support. Okay, that's the back of the box. I'm just going to turn the box to the side. Let's just zoom out a little bit so you can see it says Action Collection Hasbro Star Wars Episode 1 Pit Droids, fully poseable, authentically styled. And yep, around the other side we've got exactly the same. And at the top of the box it says Star Wars Episode 1 Pit Droids Action Collection, fully poseable, authentically styled, and the Hasbro logo. And on the bottom of the box, again, you've got Star Wars Episode 1 Pit Droids, fully poseable, authentically styled. And it's got Pit Droids scurry around preparing the pod racers for the Bunta Eve Classic. Okay, that is the box. I think what I'd like to do now is I'm going to try and open the box and take the inner card out. I'm not going to be able to remove the figures from the card, I don't think, because they all seem to be strapped in. But I am going to open the box and take them out and have a look at them on the card without any reflection, where we can perhaps get some better sizing and better view of the figures. Okay, so I have removed the inner packaging from the box, which is quite straightforward really. However, like I say, I'm not going to be able to remove the figures from the packaging because they are all heavily attached, and there's tape covering some of the sealing over the sides and the back, so I'd have to really make some mess to get the figures out, so I don't particularly want to do that, and if I did, I will probably never get them back in to the box. So these are the two figures. So you've got the brown Pit Droid and the white Pit Droid. Now you can see that they are both squatting down, so the size has been reduced from what we would normally expect to see. But this one, squatting down, we're looking at here 17 centimeters with a leg squat, which is, I think that's about just under 7 inches. But if we add on the leg length, which is another 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches, around about 2 inches. So we'll be looking at a 9-inch figure. So both of these figures would stand about 9 inches, which is about 21 centimeters, 22 centimeters, when they're standing straight up, when the legs are stretched out correctly. And obviously the arms move. There's great articulation on these figures, as you can see. Let's just say the head, we're looking at about 5 centimeters, so that's probably going to be the widest part of them, and overall about 5 centimeters wide as well. So 5 centimeters deep, 5 centimeters wide. So that's a good idea of the size of the figures. Now, articulation. So I know that the head, you can see the movement on the head. So the head moves up and down and from side to side. You've got another movement here where the neck will move up and down. And again, these joints, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 joints on each arm. So you can move the hands, you can move the arms at the corner there, up and down here. The hands go up and down, and the same on each of the arms. Then you've got the joint here at the waist, so you've got the waist joint, and then you've got the top of the legs joint, and then you've obviously got the knee joint. The feet don't actually move, so the feet stay as one. But there's really good articulation on these figures, and they're both exactly the same. They've both got the same kind of movement. So the hand, the arm, you can see the points where the articulation is. So there's just an awful lot of articulation on these figures. This one's got a scuff mark on the top, as you'd expect, as he appeared in the movie. But yeah, overall, really, really nice set of figures. And like I say, they are in size wise of the figures or the Pit Droids from the movie. I'm just zooming in so you can have a very good look at the Pit Droid. So you can see the detail on him is absolutely exceptional, and he looks exactly like the droid from the movie. Now, I know it was computer generated, so it would be a little bit difficult to get it wrong, but as you can see, the detailing is superb. Let's move over to the brown Pit Droid, and the same thing, detailing is just absolutely out of this world. All the markings that you would expect, right down to the feet and the pretend toes. So yeah, very good detail. Let's just move into the front so you can see his eyepiece there as well. And there you can see really a great view of the brown Pit Droid. Okay, and let's just move them back, and I'm just going to go to the side so you can get a good side view of the white Pit Droid. So there we are. And I've got to admit, the 12-inch figure range, from all the movies in actual fact, but especially from the Phantom Menace, because at the time, obviously there haven't been any figures for an absolute age because of the fact that there was no Star Wars being produced. So when these were produced, it was a wonderful, wonderful thing. And we were all desperate for these figures, but they just done such a good job on these 12-inch range. I do think that they were just some of the best figures, 12-inch figures, that Hasbro ever produced from these first, from all of the Star Trek, Star Wars movies. All the first two trilogy movies, they were probably the best. They were obviously technology has moved on an awful lot in the last 25 years, or 26 years. So the obviously the technology now and the type of figures they're producing now is very different to these. But the detailing and the quality and the authenticity of these figures were just fantastic. So how well did these figures do back in 1999? Well, of course, like all of the Hasbro Star Wars figures, Star Wars became an absolute massive franchise again with the launch of the new trilogy, the prequel trilogy, the beginning of the Skywalker trilogy, if you like. So it became a massive brand. Obviously the following was huge, and the figures that they produced was in massive quantities, and they all sold very well. 12-inch figures not as well as the 3 3/4 or 4-inch figures, and I think that's because when you're buying them for children, the smaller figures fit better in their hands. The playability for the smaller ones is better for them. They've got more chance of breaking the bigger figures, and the bigger figures obviously were a lot more expensive than the smaller figures. So again, I think that's the reason why the 12-inch figures never really did as well as the 3 3/4-inch figures, and that's simply due to the playability, I think, rather than the quality, because the quality on the 12-inch figures is far superior. But let's fast forward now to 2024, where we are today. Do these figures come up very often on the platforms? Well, the 12-inch figures don't really come up that often, not in this mint sealed condition. You do quite often see them come up loose on the platforms, but in the mint sealed conditions, very rarely do they come up now. If they come up in the boxes, they've usually been opened and taken out and just reboxed. But in the mint unopened boxes, yeah, not very often. They used to appear all the time, obviously, but obviously as time's gone on, people have bought the figures, people that wanted them to display them, a lot of people take them out of the boxes. Personally, I don't. I always keep the figures in the box because they just look incredible in the display boxes, so I just always leave them in the boxes. But a lot of people take them out and put them in their displays, and obviously after that they become less and less frequently you to find on the platforms. So not that often, but however, as usual, we at Midas Touch have managed to find quite a few of these sets, and they're currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Star Wars items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that, there's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you're never able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful figure set with me. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again next video. So bye for now.